Gong, the Hawkeye, has been one of the main antagonists in the game, being part of the Zigoton's generals. He caused many difficulties for the Patapons on their adventure to reach the ends of the earth. Using a great scythe to create deadly tornadoes, he arrives on the battlefield serving Queen Karma as part of the Zigoton tribe. His appearance has been recurring in the important missions of the game. Gong, aiming to stop the Patapons, fails increasingly, as the Patapons advance towards the edge of the earth. In the 4 missions he has participated in, Gong has carried out all kinds of strategies to stop the Patapons and to defend his people, such as: in his first appearance, he tries to take revenge on a fortress destroyed by the Patapons, so he decides to attack with low-ranked troops. Acting very confident in the face of the new Patapon army, Gong slowly loses his soldiers, retreating in utter defeat. In his last appearance, with the final objective to prevent Queen Karma from making deals with the Dark Ones to eliminate the Patapons, with the consequence of the fall of the entire Zigoton tribe, Gong gathers all his best soldiers and all possible resources to eliminate the Patapons. Collaborating with another elite soldier named Makaton, in a fight to the death where he reveals his advanced combat techniques and all his potential, but he did not count on Makaton's betrayal in his last moments until he dies in combat. One day I played with an advanced team in early game missions, and out of curiosity I tried to defeat all the antagonists in each of their mission appearances. Because of this, I must have obtained the best possible weaponry and rare pawns in a game without cheats. I managed to defeat Makaton in his second appearance, but Gong was by far the most complicated to defeat, because you always defeated the Zigoton soldiers easily, to which Gong retreated quickly, without the opportunity to cause so much damage to defeat him. In Mission 5, it was practically impossible due to the low resources. They were not enough to cause much damage. Besides, the positions of the Zigotons did not favor the opportunity to make many attacks in a row to Gong. In Mission 12, it looked promising. I already had the necessary equipment and new strategies. The Zigotons had new positions so as not to damage them and thus be able to defeat Gong. Although you could attack aggressively or carefully, he always ended up escaping, but with a good damage received. In Mission 21, as a last chance to defeat him, I had a new scenario to create different strategies. Since it was a very particular mission in the game, there could be many chances to reach my goal. But it was a great disappointment, because of how complicated it could be applied, because there are many factors that would have to be taken into account. After so many attempts, I thought about giving up this little experiment and settling for Makaton's defeat, until I had to use my last resort, the internet. I looked at the Patapon wiki in both English and Spanish, and only the English wiki covered it in a very vague way. Nowadays they clearly talk about this topic, but at that time the information was scarce. To which, I tried looking it up on YouTube, until I found this hidden gem. From the Mamahiki channel, he had shown in his video that if it is possible to defeat Gong in Mission 12 in all versions of the game, therefore it was a matter of luck to achieve it. I tried to try the same procedure, but without much success, due to the bad RNG he had, so I had to create my strategy to increase the chances of beating him, and I succeeded. After a long time, in this video I want to show you how to defeat Gong in his first missions. To begin with, we will need very advanced equipment to get better chances of success in defeating Gong, as he has many life points and high resistance to attacks. Due to resource limitations, we will depend only on rare pawns and weapons. The classes to be used are Kibapon, Yerapon, and Yumapon. In which, the rare pawns for Yumapon and Yerapon will be Mogyu, due to the high amounts of damage and stun they generate, and for Kibapon it can be Mogyu or Barsala. The most recommended is to use Barsala for the speed of attack and movement, for constant attacks on Gong. For the weapons, we will need the following properties: damage, crits, stun, and attack speed. For the Kibapons we will use all possible large and ancient weapons, steel pike or deflector and a fast horse. For the Yerapon we will also use the large and ancient weapons, and Dokanel fangs. For the Yumapon we will also use large and old weapons, and iron or steel bows. Therefore, the formation should look like this, in which we had to take advantage of the resources of the two bosses to obtain most of the equipment, although it should not necessarily be exactly the order or the equipment of the formation, but it is recommended for higher efficiency. Before starting the explanation, I will first show you the method used to analyze it later. After having seen the demonstration, it is necessary to analyze the details to obtain the key steps of the method and to be able to apply them. Step number 1, we must get to fever mode as soon as possible to be able to take advantage of all the attacks towards Gong. Step number 2, when you hit Gong for the first time, he will approach, so the Kibapons must hit him to stun him. Step number 3, being close enough, Gong will try to create his tornadoes. Due to this, we must prevent Gong from finishing creating them, this by means of the previously mentioned stun. Step number 4, if Gong creates a tornado, he will retreat. This can be solved by stunning him at least 3 times to make him come back to us. Step number 5, repeat the attacks until you defeat him, to which Gong will drop one of his 2 objects, although it will be invisible because he is not programmed to obtain it in an initial phase. Finishing the mission, we will perfectly have the object and we can use it for the rest of the game.